Maybe it's a bit in between. The two countries are entering a new phase in their relationship in which either side can strike the other, and they are feeling out the boundaries, how far they can push each other. That said, I'm not terribly happy about this development or how it's going.
Yeah, I mean, how do analysts like yourself view this? Are you alarmed?
It's never a good thing. We've been through this twice before, once with the Soviets and once with the Chinese. The transition to this relationship with the Chinese was relatively low-key. With the Soviets, well, there was the Cuban Missile Crisis. I don't think this is anywhere near the Cuban Missile Crisis, at least not yet, but it's clearly not going smoothly. The two sides are making a variety of aggressive public statements towards each other. They don't seem to understand each other's statements very clearly. And frankly, I think it's a terrible way to communicate. If the crisis does progress to a point where it's more serious, or we have something more serious in the future, I think we're going to need a more reliable means of communication, preferably a military-to-military line of communication, which is something we've done with them in the past but don't currently have.
Okay, that's an interesting idea. Pyongyang says it's planning to fire off 4 intermediate-range missiles towards Guam by mid-August. Now, the U.S. has an airbase on Guam. How credible is that threat, do you think?
I'm sure they could do it. They've demonstrated the basic underlying capability. Whether the missiles will land exactly where they want is a fair question. And by coming within 30 kilometers of the shore, they are saying that they plan to stay just inside international waters. I don't know if they can reliably get that result with 4 separate missiles. It's a very bold plan of action. It's interesting also that they would tell us in advance, but I think they don't want us to overact. They do it. And it's also a form of brinkmanship. They're putting pressure on us because the United States flies bombers out of Guam in the direction of Korea and flies them close to North Korea as a show of force, and they're tired of that. And they now feel that they shouldn't have to put up with it, that they have a response, and this is their response. So I think they could do it, but we'll see.
Let me ask you something else. Do you think that North Korea has the capability right now to reach the U.S. mainland?
Yes.
That's a quick answer. How dangerous do you think that is?
As long as we understand each other's intentions, it's not that dangerous. If we are afraid that the other side is about to conduct a strike, then it's very dangerous, because then you have to do something about it, right? So it's fundamentally a question of how we convey each other's intent to each other. That's where the source of danger is, if we don't do a good job of that.
All right, conveying intent is the key to the situation. That's Joshua Pollack. He is the editor of the Non-Proliferation Review. Thanks for being with us today on DW News.